Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon, bringing you guys the weekly soul connection reading. And so this is going to be for the dates today, which is Monday, June 3rd, going all the way until Sunday, June 9th. This could be for any kind of a soul connection that you have with another person. You might consider this person to be a twin flame, a soulmate. Maybe you don't know, that's okay. I usually tend to focus on people that are in separation. So just take what resonates and get rid of what doesn't. As usual, we're going to go ahead and use a bunch of different cards here today, and I'll put them in the description box below if you guys want to check them out. If there are any of the decks that I've created that you're interested in purchasing, you can go ahead and find those on my Etsy shop. If you are international though, go ahead and email me and I will send you a special link to order them. So let's just go ahead and get started. So the very first thing that we're going to focus on is the masculine's energy. So when I say masculine, does not have to be a male, but I do tend to channel by saying he, and then for the feminine, she. But again, just take what resonates for your situation. So what we're going to do, what do I want to focus on for the masculine's energy? I think I'm actually going to use the Queen of the Moon Oracle and the Moonology cards. And I think I'm going to just use my Twin Flame Journey Tarot. I think I'm going to use this for both the feminine and masculine. I just am feeling that this week. I usually like to separate tarot, but I feel like tapping into both of their energies using this deck. Or all three of these. We got Sharky. She's reaching out with her paws, trying to get me. Are you trying to get me, Sharky? Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and put this right here. I'm going to put these on the side. Let's go ahead and get the masculine's overall energy this week that he is in currently. We have the Three of Wands energy. So the Three of Wands energy is indicating that maybe the masculine has put something into motion and is now waiting for something to pay off. So that's why we have the key word, which is awaiting results. He's waiting for something. He's waiting to make a move, perhaps. So these three cards wanted to pop out, and I'm only feeling the top card. I don't even know what the other two is, just too many messages. I just feel it says adjustments are required. That is just really, really key. So the adjustments are required when it comes to something that he's been putting out, some sort of effort, some sort of goal, some sort of plan, maybe even an achievement. So some adjustments are required at this time in order for him to get the results that he is looking for, okay? And I guess just out of curiosity, let's see what the other two are. Don't let your past hold you back, and confidence is your key to success. You know, maybe those do apply. I just didn't want too many messages coming through just to kind of cloud what's trying to come through. But I feel like that can apply as well. Don't let your past hold you back, and confidence is your key to success. So some adjustments in regards to maybe past thinking, past ways, maybe holding the masculine back. Let's go ahead and get another card here using, like I said, the Queen of Moon Oracle. There's another energy that the masculine is in. We have trust, egg moon. So this is about just trusting perhaps some sort of a decision or some sort of, cycle, something that's coming. We're waiting for something to come. Sometimes we don't have the confidence, we don't have the hope or the trust or the faith that it will come. So this is really requiring that the masculine needs to maybe adjust his attitude, maybe put past things that didn't work out in the past and keep them there, okay? So the masculine is waiting for something to change, waiting for something to pay off, waiting for something to shift or grow. So let's see where the feminine is at this week in her energy. We have her in the Knight of Wands energy. So she might feel very energetic this week, really wanting to just pursue her dreams and her goals, kind of live a more adventurous life. Just some sort of energy that is very, very passionate. So let's get a card here to go with this. We have the energy of your commitment is being tested. Okay, so for some feminines out there, it might be that maybe the feminine wants to just kind of rush forward, because the Knight of Wands can sometimes be careless. Sometimes he can just move forward really quick and really fast because he's just feeling it in the moment, but it's hot and cold. It's not really a stable energy. So whatever the feminine is perhaps feeling right now, where she's just bursting with this raw energy and just wants to do something or wants something to happen so quickly, these results aren't going to be long lasting. So it's going to just be real quick-lived, short-lived. So your commitment is being tested. How committed are you to your particular path or to a specific goal? Are you going to throw it away on account of something, just an immediate gratification? So it's about short-term energy, but your commitment is being tested to a long-term plan, a long-term goal. So this is the card that wanted to pop out. We have purity. Interesting. So purity is about really doing things from an energy that is pure. Now, this is not about right or wrong or being judgmental whatsoever. Some people want to be in this energy. Other people, again, it's kind of like instant gratification. Is it worth it? Is something worth it? Or is the long-term goal something that is, more worth your time? This is about quick relief, perhaps. So your commitment, for some reason, for the feminine is being tested this week when it comes to wanting to fly off the handle and just go, I don't know, just to lose herself is what I'm picking up on here. But there's something that maybe is not serving her. This behavior isn't going to bring any kind of long-lasting satisfaction. It's just going to be quick satisfaction, and that's kind of where it ends. So it's just very interesting how these cards are playing off one another. So if I had to put these two together, which of course we're going to be doing that in the rest of this reading, I would say that maybe the masculine is taking a little bit of time to make some sort of decision. And because of that, maybe the feminine is getting impatient and she's just wanting to move forward very quickly. But something is being tested, and she's better off staying in energy that's going to serve her in the long run, not something that's going to deter her from her path or from her journey, or just to take her off of just a good vibration. So, wow. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look and see where the connection is at between these two. Where's the connection at between the masculine and the feminine? So I'm going to go ahead and incorporate the Twin Flame Oracle now that I created. Oh, this is the Twin Flame Journey Tarot, by the way. I don't know if I said that. So I'm just going to put these on the side and see what we get. So let's go ahead and see where the energy is at. We have the answer is yes in regards to the soul contract. So some of you might have needed to know that there is still a soul contract that is playing itself out, whether it's yours or perhaps the masculine or the feminine, whoever's watching the video. There's still some sort of a soul contract, maybe even a karmic tie or karmic lesson still at hand. So the answer is yes, the soul contract is still in place, that it's still in motion, that it's still playing itself out. So there's something there. We have devotion and destined opportunities. Okay, so what I'm picking up from this one here is that we're very devoted to this contract. We're very devoted to the lessons that we need to learn on this particular path or journey. But the thing is, when the Wheel of Fortune is around, this just means that there are other opportunities that are out there for us. And it doesn't mean that it's going to take us off of our path or off our journey, but we do have to keep moving forward. So when I see the Wheel of Fortune, this just means that there might be some sort of a change in direction, because of all the hard work that we put into ourselves or into a situation. So there might be some sort of payoff that is at hand here, but there's also something that's still playing out, is what I keep getting from Spirit. So let's get another message. We have family, so it could involve family. And we have Three of Swords. So I'm feeling like there might be some sort of a contract that either the masculine or the feminine is currently still in. They're still stuck in a karmic pattern, lesson, or cycle with another person. So I feel like this can be about you and your soul connection, your person. So that the answer is yes, that there's a soul contract that's still playing out. There's some unfinished business that still has not been completed. But I'm also getting like a dual message here. This is also for people that you're waiting on another person that is still completing karma or still completing some sort of a lesson in another situation. So it can be very heartbreaking to you that you're still waiting on this. And that's why I feel like this is telling you can be devoted to this connection and to this partnership and what you're supposed to learn from it. But it's not about sitting back, being in this energy, staying stuck in that energy. You do still need to move forward with your life and your opportunities and things that are destined to be on your path. So in no way, shape, or form should the soul connection define the rest of your life and what you do and what you don't do. even though we might be tested, of course, to do things, for instant gratification. So it's almost like there's some kind of energy that's, we're feeling restless. We're feeling like we want to move forward. But why are we wanting to move forward? Are we wanting to move forward because we can't stand this energy anymore? Or are we wanting to move forward to relieve ourselves, to forget all about this? We have to be in the correct energy moving forward. Okay? That's what I feel like Spirit's saying to us. We have to make sure that we're not just reacting. Are we in an energy of reacting with the Knight of Wands? Are we in an energy because we really are ready to basically carry on and live our best lives? And you can still live your best life, and you can still be devoted to this particular purpose and this connection, but you don't have to stay in the Three of Swords energy suffering either. So it's about choices. It's about making a decision when it comes to this soul contract on what you're going to do. So if some of you are stuck in this energy of the Three of Swords, Spirit's saying, think about it. Think about it. Is this a time for you to possibly relieve yourself when it comes to this sadness and heartbreak and this darkness by relying on your family, soul family perhaps, friends, people that are your support system? Is it a time for you to devote more, dedicate more time to your own healing rather than the soul contract? A lot of people that are in soul connections, especially if they're twin flame connections, feel like they have to devote all of their time and their effort towards their twin flame or just towards the connection. And if you're not taking care of yourself, then you're not really doing your twin flame any good. So it's telling us to just kind of take a step back, take a look at the situation. If somebody is still in a contract with someone else, it might just be that right now, there's something about timing here. There's a clock. The timing may just not be right now, and that's okay. You can move forward with other things. You can move forward with your life purpose, or you can move forward with whatever you desire, whatever's going to bring you happiness. But again, that Knight of Wands, I feel like the reason it came up for the feminine is, check yourself as to what you're doing moving forward. Are you doing, or what you're going to do moving forward going to sabotage yourself, as in you're going to try to push this connection, or perhaps you're going to try to go into another connection to relieve yourself from this connection? So it's telling you to just, get grounded with your own energy first before moving forward. Make decisions for you. Don't make decisions based on another person. Okay? I hope that makes sense, because that's for some reason coming through loud and clear for the feminine, especially whoever's connected to this reading. Very interesting stuff, because I do see a masculine that's it's not that he's taking his time, but he might just be stuck. He might be stuck in time. He's still waiting for something to pan out. He's still waiting for perhaps the resolution of whatever contract he may be in, if that resonates with your situation. He might even be waiting for your situation to resolve, okay, if that applies to you. Okay, so why don't we go ahead now and take a look and see what is the energy that the masculine is holding towards the feminine currently, okay? What does that look like? Energy that the masculine is holding towards the feminine. This right here is the Mary L. Tarot. What is the energy that the masculine is holding towards the feminine, and what are his thoughts? We're going to use the Twin Flame Messages Volume 2 that I created. Okay, here we go. Songs are speaking to me, so it could be that the masculine is saying that songs are reminding him of the connection, reminding him of something about you, making him think. We also have, I feel, a special bond with you that I've never felt with anyone else before. And I don't know if I'm cut out for this. So there's definitely some kind of flip-floppy energy here. So there is some hesitation. So what's the songs of speaking to me are about? We have Eight of Swords. Interesting. The masculine is definitely in his headspace, is what I'm picking up on here. He feels trapped. He might feel trapped or confined, like I said, in another situation or a contract, but if that doesn't apply, it's just him being stuck in his own head. This Eight of Swords is an imprisonment of our own circumstances or our own minds. So the songs are speaking to me. I almost feel like words are speaking to him, and it might be through song. There might be certain songs or lyrics that he is hearing, that are coming into his energy that are helping him to release things that maybe are keeping him bound. So there is something significant going on there, but I definitely feel like he's in the head in his headspace about the feminine, heavily in his thoughts at this time. I feel a special bond with you that I've never felt before. We have the star, beautiful. This is definitely a cosmic energy here. It's a wish fulfilled as well. So there's an energy that's very significant that is tied to the feminine when it comes to this particular masculine. He feels something significant with her that he has never felt with anybody else. It's a cosmic alignment. The energies have aligned. There's something special there. It's a different kind of a love. And I don't know if I'm cut out for this. That might scare the shit out of the masculine. Not sure if he's ready for this kind of thing. High Priestess. So what he's doing, I don't know if I'm cut out for this, so I'm going to go ahead and go within and I'm going to withdraw. So that to me is not a negative. This just means that he needs more time. And again, as we saw in the very beginning of this reading, it does look like the masculine is awaiting something. He's trying to figure something out currently right now. He's trying to trust maybe perhaps his intuition, which is the High Priestess. He's trying to trust his inner thoughts at this particular time. He might not have a lot of confidence right now, that maybe there's certain things that are holding him back and he needs to adjust his life in some sort of way to be able to move forward. So there's a holding pattern here for the masculine. And the feminine may want to jump the gun, or she may want to say, you know what, I'm so tired of, this energy that I just basically want to move forward carelessly. So it doesn't mean that if you want to disconnect from this particular masculine and that you want to just go into, for some of you, another connection, or you want to go just kind of move on, for the time being. That doesn't mean that you're being irresponsible, but your commitment to your own healing is being tested. Do you want to move forward carelessly, out of haste, or because you're lonely, or do you want to try to push this connection? So there's something that needs to be purified. There's an energy in the feminine that needs to be purified. She just needs to ask herself, why am I feeling this way? Why am I feeling restless? Why am I feeling like I need something right now? So that is being tested. So it's about trusting your, feelings as to why you're feeling a certain way. Because we can see that the masculine is definitely tied up perhaps in something, or he's waiting for something to shift and change. So we have the choice whether we want to stay stuck in this energy or if we want to move forward with other opportunities and focus on something else for a period of time. Okay? So that's what's happening with the masculine, his energy towards the feminine. Again, very much in his thoughts, does feel something special and unique with her. But the thing is, he's still trying to gain some sort of wisdom by going within himself because he's not sure if he's cut out for something like this. Okay? So why don't we go ahead and take a look and see how the energy of the feminine is towards the masculine. So we're going to go ahead and go into the Twin Flame Messages Volume 1. Get some messages here. I can't handle your words right now. I should have been more honest with you about how I was feeling at the time. And I'm in a much better headspace right now. So what I'm getting here is that the feminine is just kind of in her headspace, really battling something. It might be that she just can't handle something right now, or maybe that's the energy that she was in. She should have been more honest about something. She should have told the masculine maybe how she was feeling or what she thought about this or what she thought about that. So there could be some unfinished business here that the feminine's kind of going back and forth in her headspace about, but I'm in a much better headspace now. So she's working it out. Let's see what this has to do with. What is this energy? I can't handle your words right now. 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so the 10 of Pentacles is an energy of, ultimate happiness. To me, this is the happily ever after card. So is the 10 of Cups, but this one's a little bit more solid for me. This is like the ultimate dream or goal. This is spending the rest of our lives together, having children together, grandchildren, retiring together, growing old together. I can't handle your words right now. What I'm picking up on this one is that it could be that the feminine, she can't handle the words of the masculine, that he's not ready, or that she's processing in her headspace of how he couldn't commit to this connection, that he couldn't basically commit to it and pursue the connection and go towards the dreams and goals that maybe they talked about. Maybe the masculine said to the feminine, yes, I want this, I want children, I want happily ever after, I want this commitment, and then drop the ball somewhere. And so the feminine just cannot handle the words, maybe even the lies, or maybe even the excuses from the masculine that he just could not live up to this connection. That's going to be for some of you, not for everybody. I should have been more honest with you about how I was feeling at the time. Let's see what this has to do with. Two of Discs, exactly. This is some flippity floppity, unstable back and forth energy. Somebody juggling, maybe even juggling you and another person. It just depends on your circumstances. But I should have been more honest with you about how I was feeling at the time. I almost feel like the feminine, she might be feeling these own like things herself, but I feel like this is about the masculine. So she feels like he should have been more honest with her about how he was feeling, that he was confused or that he wasn't ready for this commitment or that he had one foot in and one foot out. So it might be that she's still processing her, just disappointment or even anger or towards the situation that the masculine could not show up for this connection and commit and make a decision to work on it at least and to maybe be honest about it. Now, so for some of the feminines, it could just be she wasn't ready. She wasn't ready for the commitment. She wasn't honest about how she was feeling. She was blowing hot and cold. So take it as it resonates. But I'm in a much better headspace now. Fantastic. Things are illuminated. I'm feeling so much better. I'm feeling so much more positive. I love how my nail matches with that card. But yeah, this is definitely a more sunny disposition, coming out of the darkness, coming into the light, feeling like she's a lot more clear-headed now when it comes to whatever this was. So she's kind of saying to the masculine, I may have been in this energy before, but I'm actually feeling much better now. I'm feeling much more confident. And because I'm feeling so confident, that's why she might be in this energy of the Knight of Wands, just going, yes, I am just, ready to just move forward in this fast, positive, passionate way. But there is something about the feminine's energy that is just telling her, pull back a little on that Knight of Wands. You might be feeling much better, and that's great. But it might still not be the time to either communicate this to your masculine or to pursue him or perhaps to jump into something else just right this second. Make sure that you kind of consult why you're moving forward in this way, why you want to take this action, why you may want to go into this energy. Make sure it's for you. Don't make sure it's not to get something. And that's what I'm getting here. So interesting energies that they have towards one another, right? So why don't we take a look now and see what's going on when it comes to this soul contract, when it comes to the ascension process, when it comes to what they're learning, how they're challenging, how they're mirroring one another, what they're triggering within one another. Let's see. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Steampunk Tarot and my Twin Flame Shadows deck. Okay, so how is the masculine triggered at this particular time? What shadow, what challenge is he currently facing when it comes to this connection in the feminine? Okay, so we have pitiful, and we have the Page of Swords. Woohoo. I'm getting a couple of messages with this one. So it could go either or, really. But the pitiful energy usually comes up for somebody that either feels this way. They're feeling pity for themselves. And so they're feeling like, I can't do this. They're feeling sorry for themselves. They're making a lot of excuses. Okay. So this Page of Swords is a lack. It means that this is somebody who might not be mature at this particular time when it comes to dealing with their thoughts. So if they communicate, it's usually going to be pretty tactless. It's usually going to be cutting. It's usually going to not be that fantastic. So I feel like that might be the energy. It also might be, this is not going to resonate with everybody, but if the feminine has been really pushing the masculine and really pursuing him and messaging him and asking him why, and and he's just continuously rejecting or ghosting or whatever the situation is, yet she keeps pushing and pushing and pushing, it could be that the masculine is in this energy of viewing the feminine in this pitiful energy. So this energy of the Page of Swords is very cutting. It's very harsh. It's very like, wow, I can't believe somebody's treating me this way. So there could be a couple of different scenarios going on, which is why the masculine's in this energy. But it's definitely a shadow nonetheless, however it applies, and it sucks. So he's definitely challenged in this energy right now. What about the feminine? How is the feminine being challenged right now? Okay, so she's in the energy of manipulation and the King of Cups. So it might be that, some of you feminines are not going to agree with this. And so if you don't agree with it, this just means I'm not tapped into your energy. It's not a big deal. You don't have to take it. But some feminines might really be trying to manipulate how their masculine is feeling about them. I don't know how they're doing it. They could be doing it with pity party. Okay. They could be doing this and take pity on me. It's a form of manipulation. Feel sorry for me, using dramatics to get attention, things like that. Don't hate me, feminines. This is just what's coming through. Okay. And it could just be that the feminine just really would like things to be a different way. She would really like things to change. And so she might be getting into that energy of desperation at this point, trying to figure out how she can get her masculine to grow, how she can get her masculine to feel differently about her or about this situation. So there is most definitely an energy here of challenge for both the feminine and masculine. So let's see what they're supposed to learn about this. Okay, how are they supposed to learn, and how are they supposed to get through this energy? What's it going to take? Okay, let's go ahead and go into both Tony Carmine's Salerno decks. This one is called the Art of Love Tarot, and we have the Universal Love cards. What's it going to take for the masculine to pull out of this energy? Yeah, we have forgiveness. Okay. Forgiveness. And I'm getting a few different things from this one. Let me get one tarot to clarify. Yeah, see, this is an energy here. We have withdraw, Five of Swords, which is the Five of Angels. So this is about withdrawing from something, and we have forgiveness. So this is the deal. For some of you, if you're a feminine watching this video, it could be you had to withdraw from this masculine's life. You had to do it in order to take care of yourself. And so it could be that he is, mistakenly looking at the situation and not seeing it as an adult would, and seeing that you had to take care of yourself. Okay. So it might be that he has some anger towards you because of the way that you handled the situation with him by pulling away from him and no longer co-signing his bullshit. I'm sorry. That's what I'm getting for some of you. Okay. For others, it's an energy here of the masculine needing to see you in a different light. He might really be triggered by his own shadows, and because of your behavior, wanting to be with him and wanting to work it through and loving him and just wanting to just be with him. This might repel the masculine, and it's because he's not in the right frame of mind. So he has treated you with this Five of Swords energy, which has been quite cruel and even narcissistic for some of you. Okay. So this is an energy of forgiving. This is an energy of seeing someone in the correct light. Sorry, Indy's chewing on my my cord, so I gotta pull it away from him before he destroys it. I apologize. So yeah, this is the energy of needing to see things differently, and the only way that we can see things differently is by trying not to harshly judge somebody for why they're acting a certain way. Sometimes we get really repelled by people's energies because we don't understand it, or because somehow we're triggered by it for whatever reason. Kind of like we have distaste for people that are weak, or we have distaste for people that are dramatic, and sometimes, that those energies suck, but sometimes people are so quick to cut people off because they don't want to deal with their energy, because it just irritates them, it bothers them, it triggers them. They can't handle it, they can't stand it. And when you can't stand something, sometimes what you'll do is you'll just run like hell. You'll ghost, you'll run away. Hell, you might even turn the tables on a person and sabotage the connection, just so that way you don't have to deal with the person looking at you like you're a bad person, that you pulled away from the connection. So there's some kind of mind game going on with the Five of Swords. And it could be that the masculine has resulted to playing mind games with the feminine, because he doesn't know how to deal with the feminine. He doesn't know how to deal with her emotions. He doesn't know how to deal with either whatever's happening here. So he's got to go into the energy of seeing her with more, he's got to be more empathetic towards her. And I'm just seeing that right now his biggest challenge is that it's difficult for him to see things her way. It's difficult for him to feel that way. But like I said, take it as it resonates with your situation, because this could be something that you did to the masculine if you're a feminine watching this, and he's having a very hard time seeing things correctly. He might be blaming you, and he might be staying in anger because it's easier. All right, this energy here of manipulation and the King of Cups. Let's see what we got here. What is this energy? What is the feminine supposed to learn from this energy? How is she supposed to heal herself from this energy? We have answered prayer. Okay. Okay, I totally know what this is. And I think it's amazing that the star showed up with it. The star is all about, the divine. Hope, answered prayer. This is the deal. something is not happening right now. And the feminine, it sucks. The feminine is in this energy. She's been hoping, she's been praying, she's been working on herself perhaps. She's been hopeful about the situation. She's waiting for this prayer to be answered. So for some, they're getting impatient. They're thinking to themselves, I need to take matters into my own hands. And sometimes we do need to co-create with spirit, but I'm getting here in this instant, you need to step aside. You need to step aside and realize that certain things aren't happening for a certain reason. Maybe it's just not the right time. Hell, maybe this is just not the correct connection for you. Maybe this connection is not going to bring you your ultimate happiness. Maybe some of you, it's just time needs to go on and things need to heal. It's only a matter of time. You know, sometimes things just happen a certain way or don't happen for a reason. So it's Spirit's way of saying that the feminine needs to get into this energy of having more faith that everything is happening the way that it should. So if a prayer isn't being answered, there's a reason. If a door's closed, there might be a reason. So it's about stepping aside and trying not to take over on whatever this is and trying to make something happen just to get what we want. We've got to really trust that there's a higher lesson at hand, or there's a higher reason why something may not be happening right now or at all. We have to get into the energy of trusting the universe, trusting the divine. Our way is being lit up. Our pathway is being guided. But this answered prayer, whatever it is that you may want, whatever that you may want to transform here, it may not be happening the way that you want it to or need it to right now, but there's a reason for it, and you've got to trust. That's what Spirit's telling us. The only way that we can get out of the shadow is to give it back over to the divine and trust. Trust that all is well. Trust that everything is happening for a reason, and that we really just don't need to be in the driver's seat at this particular time. Yes, we need to be in the driver's seat of our own lives, but when it comes to this connection, we might need to step aside for just a little bit. Okay? Hope that's making sense, you guys. Not trying to shame anybody here, because we all go into shadows and light. It's just a forever thing. We're just constantly weaving in and out of that energy. Some of us more than others. So why don't we go ahead and see what is the shared energy between the masculine and the feminine. This is called the Dreamtime reading cards. So it's two different sections. So what is the theme? What is the overall energy? What's the theme that the feminine and the masculine are sharing or mirroring right now? We have water. This is emotions. Okay. So the energy that you're mirroring right now is your emotions, and it also might mean that you guys are both spending time near water. You guys are both taking time to reflect. And the energy. What is the energy water bringing? Reflection. Being near water. We have courage and boldness. So it's trying to gain the strength and the courage in order to move forward. And awakening. Wow, look at that. Beautiful. So this is about connecting to your awakening, opening yourself up, awakening to the connection, awakening to your feelings, awakening to something to where you can take some sort of courageous or bold move forward. Okay? We can already see that the masculine is in the energy where he's kind of stuck, and the feminine might be stuck in her own feelings about something not happening, something taking forever, something not moving forward at this time. So it does require the feminine to step aside and trust that everything is happening and will happen exactly the way that it should. Okay? And so this is about courage and boldness in order to move forward despite what's not happening in this connection. Okay? So they're both sharing the energies of their emotions. They might even be psychically connected. There might be a lot of telepathic communication going on. They might even be connected in their dreams. But there's definitely a mirroring of emotions going on. So if you're suddenly feeling down, if you're suddenly feeling happy, it might be because your person is also in that energy. Okay? So also, if you want to help somebody to raise their vibration, it's about being in really positive, high vibration yourself. So it's about lifting up this person that you're energetically connected to, helping them to awaken. We cannot help someone to awaken or help this process, aid this process, if we're down in the dumps thinking that they're a pile of shit that's never going to awaken. That is it having the absolute opposite effect. We want somebody to awaken, we want somebody to heal, but yet on the backside we're sabotaging it. So we've got to really think about that. The courage and this boldness energy here, it's about having the courage and the boldness to step into, a new perhaps existence or a new phase of your life. It says be courageous, step into courage despite your fears. Be willing to take a risk in order to gain more. Speak your truth. So this is an energy here of not holding back anymore, you know, not being afraid to live, not being able to just move forward in a courageous way. So this awakening is trying to take place at this particular time, and the emotions are really aiding this process. But with emotions does come triggering. It does come deep inner works, can sometimes be very shadowy, but it also helps us to become aware of things that maybe we weren't aware of before. And it's going to aid us in being it's going to aid us in being strong moving forward. Okay? So you guys are both sharing this energy, which is amazing. So just realize how connected you are, and how you feel about your person really does have a huge effect on their energy. So let's now take a look and see how Spirit is showing up for this connection and how they are aiding the situation. How are they helping to aid both the feminine and the masculine when it comes to this connection? This right here is called the Teen Angel Tarot cards. And we'll combine these right here with the Angel Tarot by Bradley Valentine. And we'll go ahead and get some Signs from Spirit Love Oracle cards that I created. We have Punish. It's a very interesting card. It's a shadowy card. It's pain. We have Electronics Overload. Oh, God, I already got the message here. I already know what it is. And we have the Ten of Fire. It's a fucking burden, you guys. Sometimes social media can be an absolute burden. It's not going to resonate for everybody, but for those of you that are totally getting that right now, it's time to put down the phone. It's time to get off the computer. It's time to stop overloading yourself with maybe watching readings. Hell, maybe even watching my readings. You know, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is, you're being burdened. You're being asked to drop the burden, the load. It's too heavy. This 10 of Wands is a card of overload, and now it says electronics overload. You're just punishing yourself at this point. I just did this the other day. I could sit here all day long and preach to you guys about what you should do or shouldn't do. I'm on this journey though with you guys as well. So it's like I'm only human and I'm going to have my days. And I was having just a weird kind of down day the other day. And I think I had just gotten off a reading where I was really heavily, nailing it, like kind of driving the point of not participating in things that don't serve you, such as drama or such as looking at things that are triggering you. And I'm usually pretty damn good about this, but for whatever reason, I just was in a mode where I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna look this thing up. I don't know. I'm just gonna look it up. And as soon as I did, I was like, what the hell are you doing? It did nothing at all to positively serve me whatsoever. All it did is it just made me feel pain. I just was punishing myself at this point. And I'm thinking to myself, sometimes we're just addicted. We're just addicted to, the pain or drama. We're just addicted to a cycle. Sometimes the pain just can even feel, good in a way because that's all we know. So I just went slumming it was like an hour, and I cried because it just really, really sucked. But anyways, my point of bringing this up to you guys, we're all human. We all do it. But stop punishing yourselves. Whatever you're attached to that's attached to your electronics, and the only reason I say electronics is because it's social media perhaps. Maybe for some of you, it's even a game that you're playing, and there's a game that you're playing that's connected to, your person. Maybe it's email. You're constantly checking your phone and your email for messages that just aren't there. And it's just, you keep looking at this over and over and over again. It's a cycle. It's a burden. It needs to be dropped. Okay. Maybe you're listening to certain, readings over and over again, and you're searching for a different answer. Maybe there's just something that we're repeatedly doing that is just not serving us right now. It's just punishing us at this point. We need to stop hurting ourselves. So I have no idea who that's going to resonate with, but I know that resonated with me the other day, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing? So I don't think I'll do that again, but who knows? Who freaking knows? So let's get another message here. So Spirit is assisting us right now and to stop punishing ourselves, to not do that. We have Forbidden. Oh my God. I'm sorry, I'm just laughing because it's just funny. It's funny the way that it's coming up. See, we have boundaries, forbidden boundaries. Don't go down that road. Don't do something that's tempting you. Now, feminines, the reason I'm going to talk to you specifically in this video is because there was something that came up early on in the reading this morning. Well, not this morning, just it is the morning. I don't know, earlier when we were doing this reading, when I first started it. My point is this. You might want to go towards something. You might be tempted to do something. You might be tempted to manipulate the situation. You might be tempted to play a game. You might be tempted to do something to relieve yourself. What I'm getting from Spirit, which is why we had devotion came through, as well as, what was the other card? It was, let me look at it. Hold on. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Your commitment is being tested. And then we had the energy of purity. So it's about purifying your expectations, purifying your motives. That's what it is, purifying your motives for something. We might be really tempted to do something. We might be tempted to push the boundaries. We might be tempted to let our own boundaries down just to get relief. Sometimes people do things because they feel so empty, so sad, so broken. We're tempted to go slumming, right? Just to feel alive, just to feel something. We know damn well it's not going to serve us. We know it's not the right thing for us. We know it's not going to feed our soul. If anything, it's just going to starve it more. So we are being asked to stop doing something that is not good for us. And we have the Four of Wands. It's something that is just, it's a part of your foundation. It's a part of your foundation. It's something that does bring you happiness. So that's what makes it even worse. Whatever this is, let's just say it's the connection. You're so connected to it. You're so committed to it. It's a part of who you are. So it makes it that much more difficult to disconnect from it in a healthy way that you need to. Okay? And it doesn't mean you got to forget all about this person or that you got to be done with this person unless some of you feel that way. You got to do what's right for you. But this is deeply connected to your soul. It's deeply connected to your being. So it's testing you beyond belief right now to have to take care of yourself in the process of while being connected to this person or this connection. Now, I also see the Four of Wands as our own foundation of who we are, the root of who we are. So this is about clearing boundaries. This is about clearing things that don't serve you anymore. It's about no longer punishing yourselves by doing the same thing over and over again and continuing to get the same result. That's like the definition of insanity. We need to stop doing something. Just because we've been doing it and it's a habit, we can break it. We can drop the load. We can say, we're done with that cycle. We don't need this pain anymore. I'm changing it. I'm doing something different with it. You know? Some of us are really attracted to things for unhealthy reasons. Some of us want something because we can't have it. There's some kind of energy here where we really need to examine why we are in this cycle, why we are in this energy. And we got to drop the burden and we got to say no more. We're done. We're done obsessing about this. We're done punishing ourselves. We're done being in this energy. We're done letting down our boundaries to unhealthy situations. We're done with narcissistic assholes. We're done with people that are using us and abusing us. We're done. There's some kind of energy here where we're done. Okay? So Spirit is helping right now for us to let go of toxicity, let go of things that are forbidden, that are hurting us. So however that speaks to you guys, it's pretty intense. Pretty intense energy we got going on there. So that was definitely some shadowy stuff. So let's now go ahead and take a look and see what are the most likely energies that the masculine is going to, adopt and maybe move forward with when it comes to this connection. Let's take a look at that. We're going to go back into this Twin Flame Journey Tarot. And I'm going to combine it now with this card deck called the Hero's Journey Dream Oracle cards. We have afterglow, land gracefully. Okay, so things are still up in the air is what I'm seeing here for the masculine, but this is about landing gracefully. So when we land, we want to make sure that we land gracefully. We want to make sure that, what we're putting our energy towards is going to be worth it. So again, I feel like this masculine is still awaiting results and he's up in the air. And it does have to do with Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is the feminine's energy, okay? This is about actually magnetically being attracted to the feminine. So the feminine is in this energy here, most likely in the future, that is glowing, that is actually helping to radiate this energy to attract the masculine to her in a healthy way. See, what did I just say? This is about attraction, tempting the masculine to come back, okay? And what else do we have? Yep, to be a stable partner. So the king and the queen. So we have a king and a queen here, masculine and feminine. And the 7 of cups, this is about tempting. So pulling this energy. So I feel like the masculine's energy that is going to be towards the feminine, his most likely energy in the future, is actually coming towards the feminine. I definitely see this, but it's like a gliding. It's like a flow. It's not a direct action. So I feel like the masculine is still in the energy where he's kind of thinking about it. He's not quite sure. He's either not done with the cycle or he's not quite sure how he wants to come towards the connection. But I feel like whatever the feminine's energy is in, as long as it's an energy that's confident and it's pure and it's, very healthy, this energy is actually going to attract the masculine back into her life. There's no guarantees on that, but that's just what I'm seeing here. I don't know why I'm picking those up. Let's see what the feminine's most likely energy is going to be in the future when it comes to this connection. How much good can you handle? Explore the upward spiral of grace. So this is about good things coming in. Can you handle it? Look at that. Can you handle it when it shows up? Can you handle it? Are you going to be able to handle when this masculine actually does come back into your life and he's ready to offer you something solid? You've been waiting for it. You've been thinking about it. Maybe you've been fantasizing about it. And now all of a sudden it shows up. Can you handle it? That's what I'm getting from Spirit. After this painful ending, after everything that has gone down, are you going to be able to handle it? Are you ready? So this is kind of like a question for the feminine. The question is, everything that's happened and transpired between the two of you, you might be wanting it so badly right now to come back into your life, to come back into a union with your person, after a period of separation. But have you really cleared it? Are you ready for this person to come back into your life right now? You got to ask yourself, would you be able to handle it? Are you ready to let go of the past? Are you ready to let go of the pain that's associated with this? Have you forgiven this person? Sometimes people need to come back just for you to realize, holy shit, I am not ready for this. I have not forgiven this person. Oh yeah. Sometimes people need to come back into each other's lives just to prove that they aren't ready. So Spirit is asking you, sometimes it's just, when we're in this kind of pain of separation, sometimes being in the energy of just saying to yourself, you know what? Maybe I'm not even ready right now. Maybe I'm not ready for that. Maybe this isn't what I can even deal with right now. And sometimes that helps to cushion the blow of separation, that maybe right now isn't the best time. Maybe right now just, you actually need some more time to heal and clear and to make space for this. Yeah, see, here we go. The King of Wands. So this is an energy here where you know at some point when things are ready that the masculine is going to energetically match up with you. Okay, so now we have a king and a queen. We got the Queen of Wands now and the King of Wands. It's only a matter of time, but you know that you have to get through whatever this energy is, whatever the separation was or is, whatever pain has transpired. Ten of Swords is the most painful card in tarot. This could be a backstabbing. This could be an outright just deception for some of you, where it's just like, how could you even forgive this person? Well, the thing is, you have a significant soul connection with them. And because you have the significant soul connection with them, for some reason, it's a little different. You just love this person. You don't know why. You just have love in your heart and forgiveness in your heart and you don't know why. But some of us may still be holding on to pain associated to this person. So are we really ready to have them back in our lives, or do we still need to allow them to grow? And that's what I see. This King of Wands is growing into this person. They're growing into the King of Wands. They're more confident. They know what they want. They're ready. So be ready is what Spirit is saying. How much good can you handle? when this person returns into your life, right? Can you handle it? Everything that you've hoped and wished for, it comes back, right? Are you ready? Can you deal with it? Are you ready for all this? There's some sort of energy here connected to the feminine, asking her to ask herself this question. So let's now go ahead and end this reading with some energies here of a possible future. What are some possible future energies that they may be in? Let's see what we got. Where's it all headed? Where's this headed? We're going to go back to the Steampunk Tarot. Where are things headed? We have the Ace of Wands. We have the Two of Wands, interesting. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. So to me, this is definitely promising energy because it's talking about, making kind of like that epiphany, that idea that we want to start fresh, we want to start new, we want to grow. This Two of Wands is kind of contemplating it. How do I want to go about it? And then the Knight of Pentacles is, okay, this is the decision that I've made. Slow and steady. I'm not going to rush into it. I'm just going to kind of tiptoe into the situation. So there's what Spirit is saying here as far as the future is concerned is that there is a unfolding of events that are taking place perhaps between the masculine and the feminine. So let's go ahead and get some energy here from the Eyes of the Soul Oracle of future energies that are coming in for this masculine and this feminine. Yeah, lift the curse and forgive. The feminine is doing this. The feminine is healing. The feminine is lifting any kind of energy that's attached to the Ten of Swords. Any kind of darkness that she feels towards this connection, she's lifting it and she's forgiving. This will also help the masculine to see her in a different light, to feel her energy differently, especially if it seems to be negative right now. And we have embraced the three worlds. When you have embraced the three worlds, this is the dimensions. There's many dimensions, but we have third, fourth, and fifth here. Embracing all three. Bringing this into one. Okay? So there's definitely a opportunity here to ascend, to evolve to a higher level in the 3D world. This is about going into this fourth and fifth dimensional energy. Raising the vibration of the connection. But we have to embrace these connections and these energies within ourselves. What else do we have? Yeah, we have to just accept where we're at though right now. We have to embrace the three worlds, but we can't get lost in it either. That's another thing. When it comes to spiritual connections, sometimes people are in the 5D, they're floating around, they're dreaming, they're connected. That's just where the connection is. And I'm not, saying that there's anything wrong with that unless it's taking away from your reality. Unless you're no longer able to function in the 3D world. You've got to embrace all three worlds, not just one. You got to embrace them all. So you have to be willing to pay attention to your dreams and pay attention to, your intuition and, these energies that are speaking to you. You also have to pay attention to what's happening in front of you and accept where you're at right now and acclimate to the 3D world. Okay? You have to be able to survive in the 3D world, but also not be of the 3D world. You've got to embrace all three worlds, is what Spirit's saying, all three dimensions. And I'm just talking about the third, fourth, and fifth right now. There's many, many different levels, and there's all kinds of readers out there that will go into all that stuff. I'm not one of those readers, but I'm just focusing on third, fourth, and fifth here. So we got to embrace these three worlds, and we've got to learn to survive and operate in those three worlds. But we're not meant to stay fully in one world. We have to embrace all three at the same time because they're all interconnected, and we're navigating through all of them all at the same time. Some of us are more earthbound, others are more highly ascended. So this is something about your connection. This is something about moving forward and realizing that we have to accept where we're at. We need to lift a curse and forgive here in the 3D world, which is very tied to our ego. It's very tied to our fear. It's very tied to our unforgiveness. And we need to have the ability to also embrace our connection in a different realm. So in the 3D world, we're not experiencing it, right? We're not we're not facing it. We're not able to mend it or heal it right now. So it seems this other person, maybe they don't want to speak to us. Maybe they're purposely staying away from us. Whatever the situation is, maybe we're staying away from them. So in the 3D world, there it is. That seems to be the reality. The reality is that you guys are not physically in each other's spaces, that you guys are not physically having this union. So we have to accept that is the reality right now. But with this energy that we feel that's tied to the 3D world, all this pain and all the sadness, we can lift this curse and let it go and forgive it. So that way we can embrace this other realm of where our connection resides too. It does reside here in the 3D world, but it also resides in those other dimensions as well. So it's about embracing those other energies of the other worlds. And maybe that seems to be where the connection is, really positive and really uplifting. And so when we embrace that, that feels really good. That feels really healing, But again, we can't stay stuck there living in that world, like of a dream world. And the only reason that I say that is because sometimes that can be an extreme high. And when we're in that extreme high and then all of a sudden we see something, let's just say on social media, and it's like smack down. Sorry, the cats just totally jumped when I did that. Smack down. And you're like, wait a second. This amazing connection that I feel with this person is not matching up what I'm seeing in the 3D world. What the fuck? So do you see what I'm saying? It can play a lot of, it can wreak a lot of havoc. So we've got to kind of stay grounded somewhat, but also be open to this other energy that is available to us when it comes to these connections. And you know what? I feel like I did not articulate any of that correctly. So I apologize if you guys are like, what the hell? But yeah, that's just what I'm getting here, you guys. So this energy here is available to us in the future. And it seems like what we're doing in the future and where things are headed is we're just acclimating to where people are at. And I really do see feminines that you're just acclimating, that your masculine is just taking his time and doing what he needs to do in order to move forward, towards this connection with you. But he does have some things that he's still doing. And I'm getting that you also have your own things that you have to tend to as well. And some of you might be saying to yourself, we hear the same shit every single week. And the thing is, if you're feeling that way, it might be that it's time to either A, switch off of my readings and go to possibly another reader. Nothing wrong with that. I don't even take that as a diss whatsoever. It's just everybody's vibrating at different frequencies. It just might be that our frequency isn't vibrating anymore. It might be that you've learned everything that you need to learn about your connection through my readings and it's time to ascend to another reader. Or it could just be, it is time to just kind of start relying on your own intuition or just allowing things to naturally unfold instead of needing to know how it's going to happen. Sometimes when we need to know how exactly something's going to happen or if or when that's going to happen, we're really getting into the way of the flow. So you got to pay attention to why you're feeling a certain way and what that means to you and what you should do about it. Okay, we all have to take care of ourselves. And if you're not learning, if you're just feeling crummy and stuck, you've got to pay attention to that and you got to make some changes. So yeah, let's go ahead and close down the reading with one last message from our spirit guides, our spirit team, our guardian angel, whatever needs to come through. We're just going to bring it through this angel tarot card. What do our guides want to leave us with? Food for thought. Food for thought for this crowd who is resonating with this reading or not. Food for thought for the crowd that might just be like, I'm so done with the Mystic Moon. Okay. There we go. There it is. 10 of Earth, you guys. The 10 of Earth actually came through early in this reading when it came to, I believe it was the Divine Feminine was in this energy, right? Was she in this energy? Sorry, I got to check it out because I just want to know what it applied to. Okay, here it was, the 10 of Discs. Here we go. And this had to do with, I can't handle your words right now. So the 10 of Earth, of course, is about commitment. It's about financial security. It is about just your ultimate goals in life, making it to the end. your goals and dreams for the end. So I'm going to go ahead and read it. It says, a very happy family life, financial security, finding magic in the little things in life. So this is the deal. Right now, if you do not have your happily ever after, it's telling you, you've got to find the magic in the little things in life. You've got to start seeing, you got to start smelling the roses along the way. You've got to start looking at the little things that do matter. Sometimes we are so focused on our issues and our problems that we're not even enjoying our lives anymore, So there's an energy that's telling you it's time to really focus, possibly, on being happier with what you do have in front of you. Maybe start with your family. Maybe start with your home. Maybe start with your dreams and your goals, what you want to do long term, a specific dream or a goal that you want to accomplish in this life. It's time to focus your energies more actually in earth. And that doesn't mean you're, like it's a negative. 3D isn't like a negative, but maybe the earth is calling more for your attention right now. Maybe there's some sort of difference that you're supposed to make in the material world, whatever that means to you. And so it's time for you to embrace more, perhaps, of the 3D world rather than flying around in 5D. That's only going to be for some of you. So yeah, it's okay is what Spirit's saying. It's okay to be of the earth. You're here. You came here for a reason. It's not a negative, but you did come here to change things and to make a difference. And so maybe if you've been very caught up in this connection for a long period of time, it's your spirit guide's way of saying, you know what? Let's go ahead and focus on something else for the time being. Let's focus on raising the vibration as a whole on the planet, not just in your connection. Look at the bigger picture. That's what they're saying. So anyways, you guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this reading. Thank you so much for choosing to watch this reading. If you didn't resonate with it or only resonated with parts of it, no big deal. You don't have to take anything that is just not serving you in a positive way. Okay? So my best wishes for everybody out there when it comes to any challenges you guys are currently experiencing. So thank you so much, and I will catch you guys next time. All right. Bye-bye.